Oh boy. Good morning. Uh-huh. Good morning. Good morning. Now, what were you trying to get some music here? Good morning. I'm still here. Hmm. There you go. I am just trying to get a little music. My my phone is so slow. How are you? I'm getting some music. Let's try that one.
Here's how auto mechanics remove car scratches in just 90 seconds or less. This simple but brilliant trick is taking the US by storm. It creates a scratch-free look on any surface, meaning you'll never have to worry about those marks again. An auto mechanic from Michigan has just revolutionized the car care industry with a tool that removes car scratches in record.
Good morning. Good. My phone not doing anything good. I don't know what's wrong with my phone. Okay. Good morning. Let me put my glasses on. Keep going. You can still, I'm still here. You saved me. Mercy rewrote my life. We have table talk today. We have some things to say. We have some things to say. Mercy rewrote my life. And I need all the mothers to gather around because this is about you. All the mothers and fathers to listen. But mercy. Everybody know that I live in Florida. And we have a city here. And every morning you wake up, there is so much things happening in that city. Little city about, I don't know, about 20, I don't know if it's 20 or 10 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles from me. Every morning you wake up. Now the police is there. They're trying to see how they can combat the crimes that is happening. Every morning you wake up, somebody's on the ground. And it's not even adult that's doing it, it's children. And as I keep saying, where are the parents? You know something? You young people are the first one to say old people envious of you. And when we are telling you how to be a grown up, you don't want to listen. You pop out all these children and you leave them on the street to grow themselves. because you're too busy, because you're not ready for children. And because you're not ready for children, your children is on the street doing all these things. It's not the old people children, it's your children. 16-year-old, 18 years old, all the ones on the street doing the atrocity. Where are the mothers and the fathers? But yeah, old people don't want us to live our life. You don't want to ask for help. You go on like you can do it at your own self. It takes village to raise a child. And the first thing you do, you buy this video game. And you give it to these children. Because if you don't give them, it don't look like they are living. Wrong. Because the video games have such violent game that the children are playing. And when the children play the violent video game, they think that they are invincible. They can do the same thing what the video game does. They think they can do the same thing that is happening in these video games. And that's why they think they can outrun the police. They think they can outrun a police dog. They think they can outrun a police bullet. Because they see the stupid thing go on the video games. And they think they can do the same thing. Nobody won't stop you from taking care of your children. But these games and these things not doing your children any good. They are sending them to a early grave. They are sending them to prison. They are not doing any good to the children. These things that you're doing, you are hurting your children. They are throwing tantrum. If you don't give it to them, they want to beat you, the mother, up. Because you give it to them. They have to get their Nike shoes. They have to get their Nike duds. They have to get their Louis Vuitton bag. Going to school, and you see a 13-year-old child going to school, and they have designer clothes, designer bag. Where the hell do you get off? Is that how you raise children? Is that how children raise? You have a 13-year-old child with a Louis Vuitton bag over her shoulder. Are they working? And you are collecting food stamps, but yet you can buy a designer clothes and give your children. And then the next thing you know, you got to bury them. The next thing you know, they are in the morgue, sitting down, because you're not doing a good job as a parent. And then you say, oh, people, we're not envious. We raise our children. They are not in the prison system. They are not going around doing all these atrocities. Ask for help from an older person. You don't want anybody to talk to your children. Because you have no manners and the children have no manners. You have no respect and the children have no respect. And every day the police have to be up and down on the street trying to solve crime that your children, who you are doing such a good job of raising, how can you raise children with no manners and respect? They have no manners at home and they have no manners at school and they have no manners to the law. In the little city up there, you can't come out at night. You cannot walk at night. Every morning you wake up, there is some crime that goes on. 16, 15, 14-year-old children running up and down with guns. Where is the parents? Oh, you're too busy gyrating yourself. After you have children, your life is not the same. After you have children, your life is not the same. You have to be paying more attention to the children, paying attention where they go, their friends, their school, their schoolwork. That's what good mothers does. You think we couldn't be out there having fun when we were raising our children? But we choose not to. I could have been doing the same thing. Every minute you gotta go to the morgue. There are some little babies lying down there in prison, in the morgue, cold as ice. Because the mothers and the fathers are too busy with themselves to care about children that they created. If that's the way your mother grew you, you wouldn't be here today. I know some of you don't grow up with a good home or somebody who care about you. But you know something? Adopt the principle. Although you didn't have it, adopt a different principle for your children. Adopt a different principle. I will not let my children grow up the way I grew up. I don't want them to be in the foster care. Because the foster care is not good. I used to oversee children, you know, and it breaks my heart. I have to go and stand up before the judge to report their mothers and to report how they are and what's going on with the children. And it breaks my heart. When you take the children and take them out and walk them down the street and say, tell me what's going on in your home. You wouldn't believe what the children tell you, what the parents are doing. So when I talk, I know what I'm saying. I've been there, done that. I have to go and stand up before the judge to talk about these children and their parents, how they are taking care of them. I have to visit them once or twice every week. I have to make sure that they are present for Christmas and birthdays. I have to buy the bicycle, I have to buy the toys and make sure they are fine. The clothes. They're not my children. But somebody needs to care for them. And they are in the system. Whatever mothers and fathers you're seeking out there, you can't finish the world. But your child only have a little time to grow up. You cannot finish the world. Whatever is out there, you will get it later on. As long as you have children, pay them attention. You leave the children on the street to grow themselves. They are 13 and 14, 15, has a gun in their hand. They don't even know what to do with it. And they get so frightened. And the first thing they do, they press the trigger. They don't know they are kids. Why are you bringing them in the world if you don't care for them? Why are you killing yourself to have children? And if we tell you not to have children until you're ready, because all these people are popping out all these children all over the place, like babies are going out of style. They don't want to use birth control. Is that babies are going out of style? They're just popping them out right and left. If you know that you're going to be running the street, put yourself on birth control. Don't bring these children in the world to be a problem to society. One street up there, you can't walk there at night. You can't walk on the street at night. The young little baby boys. And when the police unlift them, you hear they are 16, they are 15, they are 18. They live no life yet. Why are you saying you have children if you can't care for them? Why are you saying you have children? Because you are the one who spoiled them. You're the one who do the things to them. You buy the big games and well, I don't know what it called, Nintendo. I don't know what the damn thing called. Game Boy. I don't know what the damn thing called. I really don't know. You buy those games and you give it to the children. And they sit there with their thumb going and going. They're not learning a thing in school. You don't take them up on their schoolwork. You don't make sure you help them with their spellings. You don't make sure you sit down and teach them how to write, that they can write their name properly. You ever see these children hold pen? Like this. This is how they hold pen. That's how they write. And no scratching. You don't teach them to write. Children can't write. What do you call it, cursive anymore? They write like they are in first grade or the beginner's class. They can't write because nobody teach them. There was a thing, Oops and Phonics, because my son was going to school and he could read and write the big word, but he couldn't read the little words. And I have to go and buy the Oops and Phonics. And back then it was about $300 or $400. But that thing, teach my son. We don't pay attention to our children education. We don't pay attention to our children. We leave them and be not we, but the ones who can have children who's 16. You know who you are. Always talking about older people and you don't know how to raise children. Take a page out of our book. Or children not in prison, or children not committing crime and doing atrocity. Yes, it's good to be on Gyraving and TikTok and YouTube and the rest of it. But we are mothers, we have children. That's first and foremost in your book. Make sure they have good, clean clothes. Make sure they have food to eat. Make sure they are well taken care of. Not pop them out and pop them into the government system. So people abuse them here and there. Stop raising your children like they are millionaires. You know, one man said the millionaire people want to look poor, and the poor people want to look like a millionaire. You ever see those children coming from school, not working a day in their life, and they have the most designer things that the parents work 2 jobs to give them, and they go home and can't even sweep their house? They have cell phone going on. Do you ever look and see these children coming from school? They have on them. And why the hell would they learn to read? If your parents buy you all these things, why would you learn in school? You pay attention to the what do you call the thing? The cell phone. And you're in your Louis Vuitton bag to make sure people see you. Opening your Louis Vuitton bag. Your Michael Kors. What are you doing in a Michael Kors bag going to school? And can't even read. And can't write. Because if you could read and write, you wouldn't get out of school and have thousands of children behind you. You would be in college. Anybody can read when they leave school. I am tired. I am tired. Every time you wake up in the morning and look at the local news, something went on in that city. Some crime. The police see have to be overseen, walking up and down in the city. Because our children don't know how to grow children. They don't know how to grow children. Because some of them didn't stay home long enough to learn anything. All the things that are happening, it's not old people, children. Because you seldom see a grown man getting in trouble these days. It's the young children. 15, 16, 17, 18. You have to be scared of those little children. Because when you see them with that weapon, you better not approach them. Because they are not thinking, they don't know nothing. They are not thinking and they will hurt you. And then the first thing they do, they run. Because they think that they can play the game and they can live the game that they are playing on those internet things. So they are living the game that they are playing. That you, the parents, buy and give them because you don't want to be bothered with them. And because you don't want to be bothered, you don't want to sit down and read a book with them. You don't want to sit down and teach them anything. You don't want to sit down and play games with them. You show them on the TV and those stupid games. And you buy all those bad games. The violent game you buy and give your child. What do you think gonna happen? What do you think gonna happen? You're gonna buy violent game and give your children, and they're gonna be a Christian? It's not wig, it's bread. What do you think is going to happen? Are you going to be buying these games? Thank you, my dear. Buying these vicious games that these young people playing, and then they don't do vicious things? Come on. The Bible said to grow up the children in the way of the Lord, so when they grow up, they will not depart from him. I know we don't want to hear about God, but you know something? Watch the children then who grow up in the fear of the Lord. I go to church, and when they come back from college, line out pediatrician, gynecologist, all kind of doctor, nurse practitioner line up in our church. Young children, not even yet 25 years old. We are too busy. You're too busy running up and down, trying to do your own thing. And then you said all people trying to compete with young people. We're not trying to compete. We want you to listen. We want you to do the right thing by your children that you have that you wasn't ready for. You're not ready for children, don't have them. Children are not toys. They're supposed to be taken care of. They're supposed to be loved, nourished. They are the man and woman of tomorrow. Not to sit them lying out in the street that you have to go identify them. Not to see them in the prison system that you have to visit them every weekend. That's not what God gave you children for. It's your children. It's young people children. It's not old people children. Old people ain't got no 15 and 16 and 17 and 18-year-old children. I would have to go ask my doctor something wrong with me. It's young people children that is committing the crime and doing the atrocity. People can't stay in the city. You walk in there, you see all houses boarding out. Board up because people got to run, leave the house. They can't stand the crime. Isn't that your children? You pop them out and pop them on the street? Isn't that your children? Oh, how people jealous of young people. Of what? The way you're growing your children? Yes. Because I really want to come and tell you a thing or two. Oh dear, you giving a young child a designer bag to go to school that can't write the name, that don't pass any examination. They're not taking the hard subject. They forego biology and mathematics and take some little fly-by-night thing and come out of school. They're not taking the hard subject. Why can't you pay attention to your children? It makes me cry every time I see the news and see these little babies. You know, as soon as the police grab them, you know who they cry for? Mama. As soon as the police hold them and put their little hands behind their back, and they realize what they have done, that they are in trouble, they start crying for mama. Because they don't know what they're doing. And instead of mama sit down and talk to the children, mama is too busy. The clothes can be too tight. The pants can be too tight. The dress can be too tight. With the belly gone this way and the bottom gone that way. It can't be too tight for mama to put on and leave the children at home. Mama always on TikTok. Mama always on TikTok showing out something. Twirling and twerking. What you think you're gonna raise? What kind of children you're gonna raise? What do you think your children gonna do? Leave it up to people who don't have any children. If you don't have any children, I don't mind seeing you twerking and going. I'm not watching you anyway, but you do your thing. But you're a woman that has children. Grow them up. Train them. Proverbs 22:6. Train up the children in the way they ought to go, that when they grow old, they will not depart from the Lord. Children and dogs. I wish I had a big place. Honestly, if I win the lotto, I'm making a big place for children and for animals. Because they don't know better. We teach them. They watch us. I see some little baby on here dancing. And I know the parents are in the background doing this thing. And the little baby then shaking their little bottom. Because what? They see the parents does it. Children live, Desiderado. Live what they learn. Whatever we do, the children do the same thing. Whatever we say, the children do say the same thing. I say something once, and my son went and repeated, but he repeated when somebody was visiting. And when the person left, I said, "Where did you get that from?" He said, "I heard you say it, Mama." I cover my mouth. The boy said, "I heard you say it, Mama." Never say anything. I never said any word around my son. Never. Children live what they learn. And it is so hard for us to sit there pointing finger. When we have work to do. Sometimes you're in some neighborhood and you have to get out of that neighborhood to raise your children. You know, when my husband passed away, I said, well, I never live in an apartment. I never like apartment. And the reason why I don't like apartment, I am scared because I always hear that people fell asleep with cigarette and burn up. And I said I never want to live in an apartment. I don't like houses that join together because I don't know what my neighbor doing over there. I never live in an apartment. I don't like houses that join together because I want to know what's taking place. I always live in a house. And so my children grew up. And they get a house for the children. But all right, it's not everybody can get a house, especially nowadays. Get out of the neighborhood you're living in. If the neighborhood is bad example for your children, and although sometimes we take the children out of that neighborhood, my son said to me, Mommy, it's not the neighborhood that does it, you know. Because everywhere you go, there is bad people. Yeah. When he was growing up, he said, Mommy, it's not the neighborhood that does it. He said, every neighborhood have bad people. So it's the teaching. It's the teaching. But some neighborhood is a little more pronounced than the other. And you know something? If everybody would join together in that neighborhood and clean up your street, stop dropping paper, stop dropping eat and drop it on the ground, drink your juice and drop the bottle on the ground. Stop it. I guess if I was living in certain neighborhood, I think they would call me the cleanup woman. Because I would be going from street to street with my rake and my plastic bag. Because I don't like dirt. I don't like to see garbage. If I was living in certain neighborhood, I would be raking every morning. I really would. Stop dropping the bottle. It is your neighborhood that you live in. Keep it clean. It's your neighborhood that you live in. Why people don't want to walk in it. Oh, it's a bad neighborhood. It's not bad. It's you, the people who live there, make it bad. A little paint. Oh, no, I'm not going to paint. It's not my house. A little paint. Tell all these guys that got out the front not working. Oh, we're going to be painting today. Come and help us. They will come. We want to change the neighborhood. Everybody wants to see a neighborhood that they live in looks good. Nobody wants to see any neighborhood look dilapidated. Everybody wants the neighborhood to look good. And if somebody take the initiatives and start cleaning up and start picking up papers and start putting garbage can, tell the city, oh yes. What's that? I hope I don't have a bees coming here too. To make nests in my house again. Every time a bees come here, it costs me a lot of money to move them. Tell the city you would like some garbage can. I know you're going to have some children going to take it and let them tie it somewhere. We got to start. We got to do better. We got to do better. It's all children. We are raising them. We are the one who raising them. Nobody else. We raise our children. I raised 3 beautiful men and women. I have no problem. I was saying to some woman, oh, she said, oh, you don't know what children will do. I don't have babies. I have grown up. I know they're not going to get themselves in trouble. I have grown children. And they raise their children just like how I raised them up. In the fear of the Lord.
Jesus is our guide. Let me hear somebody. Jesus is elephants all around me.
But we feel if we tell people about God, oh, we don't want to hear anything about God. Let me tell you something. The children who raise up in the fear of the Lord, they do a lot better than them who raise a pistol in their hand. Because the one who raised up with the pistol always drop out of school because they can't take the teacher. They can't take rules and regulation. They don't want anybody to tell them anything. Just like the parents. You can't tell them anything. They know it all. And then you have to go identify them. Oh, don't you hear what happened? Oh, so-and-so in prison. No, you're running up and down to get money to borrow. To go get lawyer. And some of them no lawyer touching them. They get to the system, and the system tell them to plead guilty and go to prison for the rest of their life. And they are a revolving door, in and out of prison, in and out. Because once they go there one time, they're going to continue going. Once they go there one time, they're not going to go there and say, oh, I'll never go back again. Oh, they're going to go. Because they have no education. They can't get a job. And so they're going to be frustrated. And they are embedded in the system. When you, the parents, could have stopped it and nip it in the bud, you refuse. You put yourself over your children. You put yourself first. And let your children go on in the system. It's you. It's you. It's you. You put yourself first over your children. If you can't care for children, don't have them. Children don't just need popping out and throw on the street. They need more than that. They need guidance. They need counseling. You are the role model for your children, not some stupid movie star and some stupid ball player. You are the role model for your children. And don't raise up any children talking about role model. Those people can't be role model for themselves. They are no role model for anybody. You are the role model for your children. They model after your life. They pattern. If you raise children and you live into a room and your children grow up, they're going to rent a room down the street. If they see you're not working and you're living on the government getting all these good perks, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to get up and they're going to live on the government just the same. You are the role model for your children. Whatever they see you do, they do the same thing. If they see you not working, they ain't working. I can't go get food stamp. Why should I work? I could pop out 2 children and go and get houses. That's the mentality. And we need to change it. We need to change it. Mothers, you can't be too old. You can go to school. You're in your 30s and 40s. Go back to school. Let the children see. TikTok will always be there. TikTok will always be there. Instagram, YouTube, whatever the other ones do. Set example for your children. Set example for your children. Be the role model that they are looking for. Stop buying all these things. Even if you have the money, tell them you don't have it. Because if you tell them you don't have any money, tell them you don't have money. I wish I could buy. I don't have the money. Teach them to work early. 16-year-old place higher than. I think 15. Some place. I think my grandson started working at 14 at Winn-Dixie. He walk and pick up all the cards around. Teach them good work ethics. Let them know that they have to work for a living, not robbing and stealing. Let them know. And you start them working early. That the ethics that they need. And when they start working early, they love to work. Oh, my grandson now. Oh, my goodness. You can't keep him home. He loves to work. Love to work. Those young little children love to go to work. But we raise them up and we keep them at home playing video games and we give them everything that they so need. We give them all these vicious video games. And they think that they can do the things that the video game does and get away with it. And that's why they're doing the things they're doing. Because it's all a mix. They think that they can do it too. Because the video game does it. And they run and they think that life is like that. They're young, they're not yet mature. And because they are young and they're not mature, their thinking mentality is not yet mature. So they think they can do it. And the minute they does it, there comes the reality that their police comes and police are involved. And it breaks my heart to see the police have the dog and let the dog go, and the dog don't just stand over them and watch them till the police come. The dog sink their teeth in them. And the poor little babies are crying out. Why don't we take care of them before it gets to all that? And they're crying and calling for mama. You never hear a child get in trouble and calling for daddy. He always calls for mama. Because he have a connection with mama. The child has a connection with mama. For 9 months he connected to mama through the umbilical cord. For 9 months he connects with mama. If mama eat, he eats. If mama drinks, he drinks. And so he always calls for mama. And when you see your child and there's nothing you can do, and he's lying out there on the ground, and they call you to identify your child, how does that make you feel as a parent? How does that make you feel as a parent? Isn't it better to teach the child Instead of if you teach a child and they grow up to be 30, 40 and gone out there and do their own thing. But these 15, 14, 13-year-olds, excuse me, running up and down in Fort Pierce, running up and down, that really says something. It burns me as a mother and a grandmother. It hurts me. It hurts me. It really hurts me. You can do better. You can do better. Raise your children better. I don't care who said, oh, you don't let your children go anywhere. No, I don't. I don't. When it comes to sleepover, no, I don't. My children don't sleep over. Let your children sleep over. Your children come to my house. My child ain't going to your house. I don't know what you do at your house, but I know what I do at my house. As for me and my house, I will serve the Lord. My son used to go, oh, mommy, can I go? Oh, no, every time somebody going to sleep over, you hear the child end up, somebody have a weapon and, no. I said, no, darling. Your friend come over and sleep. You have a big room and you have a guest room, let them sleep. Let them play all night. On the weekend, spend the whole weekend. I cook and I eat. My child ain't going to your house. No. My child don't go to people's house. I don't go, you don't go. My child don't go over and stay over. No, no, no. I got to see what is happening to my child. They didn't ask to be born. I birthed them. And I got to take care of them. I saw my grandson the other day. He just turned 25, bought his first house. And he was so nice and handsome. I said, can I marry you? And he laughed. He go, Grandma, grow up the child so you can be proud of them. You don't want to be a bad man. Oh, yes, he's bad. He's going to come. And if somebody bother me, he's going to... You don't want a child to get in trouble for you. That is not what you want. Oh, and if you sit and talk to these boys, I love to sit and talk to them. And they always tell me, Miss Barbara, I wish I had somebody to talk to me like you. But my mother don't have time for me. They always said they wish they had somebody to talk with them. They listen, talk. No cursing. They're not your friend. They are your children. Your parents who need to be respected. You need to be respected as a mother and a father. Children are not a prize who can have the most of them, and you can't take care of them. Children are not something you just go there and pop, 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 pop. That's not what it is. You have to be able to care for children when you have them. Let them grow up to be decent man and woman in society. Respectable. But you, the parents, don't have any manners, don't have any respect. You curse everybody. What do you think is going to happen to your children? You don't have any respect. And because you don't have any respect, you have children who have no manners and have no respect. And so you're raising a colony of hoodlums. And the first thing they think they're supposed to do is to go out there and get weapons and start committing atrocity. And it seems like it don't faze you. It seems like it doesn't faze you what your children are doing at night and in the daytime. It doesn't faze you as a parent. I don't know what I would do if I have a child. I'll turn him over to the police. I really would. I tell them I can't take care of him. I need help. I am going to the police station. I need help with my son. He won't listen. Or with my daughter, I won't listen. I want you to help me with him. They will tell me where to put him. They will find some place to put him. Send him at some school. Because I will not live in society where I have a child running up and down committing crime. I could not. I could not. I have 5 brothers. None of them ever get arrested. I think one of them get arrested one time for fighting with somebody, and that's about it. And he didn't get charged or anything, didn't go to jail. 5 brothers, 3 sisters, and there's some that died. Not in any problem. And when I see this little, I call them babies. Because you're some 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They don't live any life yet. Some of them don't even have beard. They're babies. Some of them are that rich, so you know, they already know where they want to be. But some of them are so innocent because they were indoctrinated in the gang business. And because they were indoctrinated in the gang business, they don't even know what they're doing. And we're growing up a set of children. And we know how it's gonna end. We know how it's gonna end. So I might as well buy the insurance and put it down. We know how it's going to end. We know how it's gonna end. Might as well we buy the insurance and put it down. We know how it's gonna end. Because if we don't nip it in the bud, we know how it's going to end. We're going to get that call to come and identify. We're going to get that call. We're going to get the call. Should come and identify. We're going to get that call. It's been arrested. We're going to get that call. We know how it's going to end. Are you ready for that call? Are you ready for that call? Every parent loves their children. Every parent loves their children, you know. Every parent loves their children. Set the precedent. Call them out. Give them an ultimatum. Give them an ultimatum. In order for you to live in my house, you have to abide by my rules. This is your deadline to come in at night. What do you call the thing? Curfew? This is your curfew. And if this time catch you out there, don't come back in. If you don't go to school, you can't stay here. It's either school or get a job. Pick your choice. No friends? No gang friends. No hanging out on the street. You better come in by the curfew, or else you're not going to be living here. I am the mother. I work the money. I make the rules. These are your chores that you have to do every day. If it's a house and you have to cut the lawn, you have chores. We raise the children and we do everything. And they sit there and play video games. And if you call them, they want to bite your neck. Because they don't want to do anything. Because we do all the work. We cook and they don't wash the dishes. We don't let them do anything. All we let them do is to play this video game. And the video games are not good for your children. Stop letting them sit there and play those games. Stop letting them sit there and play those video games. They are too violent. And they think that they can live and do things the way those little things do it. And so they begin to do the same thing. Because they get in their little mindset. If police coming, I can run. The video game runs, so I can run. You can't run. You can't run. You can't outrun the bullet. You can't outrun the dog. You can't. You can't. Ask people before you try to run. You can't. I want you parents to have a talk with your children. Have a talk with your children. And please, stop buying those designer things for your children. You may think it looks cool, but it's not cool. Teachers do talk. Teachers talk. I used to talk. Teachers do talk. And especially if a child is not intellectually smart. And when you see them come to school with all these duds, you're saying, where are the parents? What are they thinking? You're buying $100 and $200 and $300 sneakers, giving a child who don't even know how to spell his name. You're buying Louis Vuitton and Michael Kors bag, give a child who don't even have $1 in there. Why? They don't have any money in the bag. Why are you doing that? Setting them up for failure. And each time they see that they have to, I have to have it. Because poor people love to look rich. You see when they have the pocketbook, they hold it up so you can see. Not a penny in there. Poor people love to look rich. It's such a shame. This man said he'd rather have a plastic bag with $10,000 in there than have a Louis Vuitton with $1 in there. Give me the plastic bag with the 10,000. I'd rather have no name clothes and money in the bank than have designer dog and no money in the bank. I'd rather have a Ford car and money in the bank than have a Mercedes with no money in the bank. Those things don't make you be anything. Because the minute you can't make a payment, there's a tow truck out your gate ready to pull it. They don't remember that you put $20,000, $30,000 down. They come and pick it up. And all your money got down the drain. I used to say I will not even tint my car glass until I don't have any payment. I will not tint my car glass unless I pay for it. Because when you do I used to see these young guys in Fort Lauderdale, and they would get the hydraulic thing and drop the car down, and the wheel, the little thin wheel, and all those going up and down. They don't finish paying for the car. Then they come and take the car away and sell it for a lot of money. I'm not that stupid. I'm not that stupid. I am not going to be doing anything so you can take it and make money on it. No, 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 no. If I'm going to fix it, that means it's mine. I'm not going to get a house and then I'm going to put on more room and upstairs and downstairs. And then I can't pay the mortgage and they come and take it from me. And then sell it for a lot more money. I'm not that stupid. Live within your means. Stop living rich when you're poor. I always talk about Simon Cowell, t-shirt and jeans. I never see that man in a jacket. I don't know if he wear a jacket. I never see that man dress up. T-shirt, I think he owned the t-shirt factory. I never see anybody have the summer damn t-shirt. And he worth millions of dollars, maybe billions. But our poor people, yeah, 50 Louis Vuitton bag in the room and live in an apartment. Mercedes Benz, BMW, because I have to look the part. What kind of part? What kind of damn part? What kind of part you looking? You look stupid. You don't have a house. You have the car parked on the street. But you're going to buy a... First you get a house with a garage where you can put your car in. Because you know something? The minute you take the car off the car lot, your $50,000 car worth $30,000. Depreciate. The minute you drive the car off the car lot, it's worth nothing. Try to sell a car you just bought and see how much. As a matter of fact, turn it back into the car lot and you see how much they give you for it. Nothing. Nothing. No matter how cheap the car is, it still take you from point A to point B. It still take you from point A to point B. I have my Honda CRV. I had a Mercedes. I traded in. I sold it. And I have my Honda CRV. It takes me from point A to point B. I don't need anything more than that. They keep calling me, asking me they want to buy it because I take it to get the oil change and the man said never see any car look so good. Wash it, put it in the garage. I don't go anywhere anyway. I don't have to live my life to please somebody who is not paying my bills. I don't have to wear clothes because I want you to say I look good. I know I look good. So you don't have to tell me that I look good. I have mirror in my house. I put my clothes on, I look around. I know I look good. You need you to tell me I look good. Don't mean a thing to me if you say I look good, because I know I look good. And so when you tell me I look good, I said I know. Because I know. I am not doing things because I want the naysayers to say that I look good or to give me compliments. Compliment doesn't put money in my pocket. Compliment doesn't pay my bill. I don't care about your compliments. Whether you give me compliments or not, I'm happy. Whether you give me the compliment or not, I am happy. I don't care what you say. From you not taking up $5,000 a month and give me and to pay your bills, I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what you think of me. You can't tell me what to do. So, mothers, your children are the future. You may not live to be around when they grow up, as well as you may, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. And because it's not promised, you may not, as well as you might. But take care of your children today. They are the one you see right now. Keep them out of the hands of the police. And I know the police will be happy. Because I know police don't want to hurt children. Honestly. Because they are children of the home. But they have to do their job. And sometimes when they do, I want to see that it's a child, it really breaks their heart. Grow them up in the way of the Lord, that when they grow up, they will not depart from the Lord. Grow the children up in the way of the Lord. Don't care where you live. Grow them up. It hurts me. Somebody invite me to the church up there and tell me, oh, come up there at night. We have night service. I'm going, me? You're crazy? I am not going on that street up there on Avenue D. No. I ain't going up there. No. I am not going in that neighborhood at night. Those children don't know me. They think that I'm somebody coming to spy on them. Grow up your children in the fear of the Lord. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. You left the child alone, it bring you to shame. You don't know what they're doing. And thou shalt teach them diligently until thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house. That means you sit down in your house and talk to your kids. And when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. You talk to the children morning, noon, and night. Teach them the right way. Withhold not correction from the child. For if thou beatest him with thy rod, he shall not die. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying. Teach your children the right way. I am a mother. I am a grandmother. I will not tell you anything that I wouldn't tell my children. I wouldn't tell you anything. I want to see your children grow up. Stop doing foolish things. Stop doing crazy things. Designer clothes. Don't put anyone anywhere. But put money in the designer name that you're buying the things from. Louis Vuitton is very rich. Michael Kors is very rich. I bet you if I make anything and put my name, Barbara, on it, Michael Kors is not buying it. Why would I be taking his name up and down on me? I don't want anybody's name on me. I don't want their name. Anybody who don't want my name, I don't want their name. Why should I make their name famous? Why? Why should I make somebody's name famous? Why should I make somebody's name famous who don't know anything about me? And maybe who wouldn't spit after me if you see me on the street. Because I'm not in this category. I am not somebody who wants to talk to. Especially I'm the color I am. So why should I go buy your bag? I don't want it. I don't want it. Why am I going to make you famous and give you money? And that's the stupid thing that we do. We make everybody rich apart from ourselves. We give away our money. We make everybody rich. The money that we spend frivolously or foolishly could do a lot of things. You know what I said one day? I said, I have to make riches. I said, I give the government my taxes. And when I file taxes, I get back this amount of money. I'm going to use it every year to buy something. And what I do? I buy a building. And every year that I get my taxes, I would buy a condominium, apartment building. Stop giving it to somebody. Stop throwing it away with designer things. I can go to the cloth store and get a piece of cloth and I can make a skirt in 2 minutes. Buy a t-shirt for $2 at Walmart. You don't have to be dressed to look good. You know you look good already. You know you look good. Designer clothes don't make you look any better because you already look good. And no matter where you get the clothes, you still look good. Buy that Kmart, buy that Walmart. It's not the clothes, it's your shape, it's your body. It's who is wearing the clothes. It's not the clothes, it's who is wearing it. You wear it good. It fits you. And when I fit you, yes, I know you're still gone. Do better. Be better. Raise your children better. Raise your children better. It's not my children. It's your children. I don't know whatever the Gen Z, the X, ZX, Gen X. I don't know where to put them. But those X thing is your children. Your children. It's your children that are given the problem today in the world. Your children. You have no manners and your children have no manners. You have no respect and your children have no respect. Whatever you do, your children do the same thing. And we are raising up a bag of children without manners or respect. And then we wonder, why is this happening to me? Why me? You did it. You buy the designer dot and give them in the little stage. And you buy video game and give them. Stop giving your children video game. Anybody watching TV, they watch it where everybody is. When night come, you said 9 o'clock, this one bedtime, 8 o'clock. And everybody go to bed according to their age. And you'll get control of your home. At night, you get up and walk the floor. Nobody lock the door. I have to be able to have access, or else I'm going to kick it off. Nobody lock door around my house. It's my house. I can go to and fro. I have to be able to open the door and see what's going on in your room. You ain't going to lock door and lock me out. In my house? No. No. And before I let you hear me coming, I take off my shoes and I walk without shoes. And I pop the door open right because I want to see what you're doing. I want to see what you're doing. When you should be sleeping to go to school the next day, you're on phone talking. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to in the middle of the night? We have to set the precedence in our home. We have to let the children know who is the parent. We have to set precedence in our home. If not, all the cell phone put on the kitchen table until in the morning you get it. Line them up there. Pick it up in the morning. Nobody takes cell phone in the room at night. And no house phone gonna be in the children's room. No house phone in the children's room. Go to school, go to sleep, wake up fresh in the morning to go to school. You're not gonna be playing on phone all night and then in the morning you wake up and you go to school and you're miserable and the teacher can't talk to you, you're rude and have no respect and no manners. Let your children know who is the parents. Let your children know who is the parent. Let the children know who they listen to. I am the one who bought the food. I am the one who paid the bills. So I'm in charge. You don't come home from school and go on the street and begin to walk up and down. No. It doesn't happen in my home. Never. We don't believe in the walking and up and down in the street. We don't believe in going to the store and buy. Because when I buy everything in the store, in my home that you need. I have all the juice. I have all the snack. Everything that you need. There's no need for you to go on the street. I have all the fruits. There is no need for a child to go on the street to buy anything. Everything is in the home. I don't just go to the store and just buy one thing and come home. I buy a whole lot of groceries. So you have groceries. I have a whole lot of groceries. So you have no need to go on the street. And don't bring a friend home and say, oh, I'm going to walk around. No, you're going from the street, one gone west, one gone east. You ain't going to walk home because you're not a police. You're not going to be walking, be a security guard to walk anybody home. Who is going to walk you back home? So when they're coming from school, you know where you live. I know where my child lives. You go that way, they go that way. Don't bring them and say, oh yeah, I'm going to walk you home. Because you ain't going to walk anybody home. Teach your children the right way. But when they grow up, they will not depart from the Lord. And let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use and edifying of your children, that it may minister grace unto the hearer. Let no corrupt communication, let no corrupt things come out of your mouth. Let your children hear you speak decently, properly. Stop cursing. And stop cursing on TikTok. I'm tired of hearing the dirty words. Stop cursing. You must can find a word to describe what you want to say without profanity. Your children are paying attention. Well, thank you. Thank you for listening.